when you upload it, I might re-download it. So long as I can re-download it and re-upload it to my channel. It could technically just be a collab or something at that
Sure.
point.
So go ahead. Whatever you're gonna say.
Okay, so first and foremost, I'm actually interested to know where you come from and a little bit about yourself emotionally as an individual, and your perspectives on how you feel respected as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
Do you care if someone lies to you, a friend or family or a lover? So, for example, if a girl cheats on you and if she lies, does that actually bother you emotionally?
Well, we're only talking purely in hypotheticals because it's never happened to me, as far as I'm aware. So I couldn't say.
Most people would have an idea if it would bother them or not. See, like, okay, so there's a part of our nature that's non-monogamous, and there's a part of our nature that is monogamous.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why I'm just asking the question. Like, I'm also curious. Do you prefer monogamous relationships? Like, what are your preferences towards how you prefer to be respected?
Mm-hmm. Well, it would depend on the individual, and it would also depend on the predetermined qualifiers for our relationship.
Yeah, let me put on my headphones. Maybe it'll help. Because, like, on my end, you're coming out a little bit staticky.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that meme video by Needle Drop
No.
that went like viral? It's like in TikTok memes and shit.
I probably have. I don't know.
If it's TikTok, I might not want to watch it. It sounds like cancer.
Oh, it is.
So, futilegod, once again, so are you open to the idea of a non-monogamous relationship? Just curious. Like, do you desire a non-monogamous relationship? Let me rephrase it.
Not right now.
Simple enough question. I'm assuming you're heterosexual?
That depends on your definition.
Oh, are you bisexual there, or pan?
Straight
What?
male.
I don't know what you mean by these words.
Well, I don't know what any words mean, so you have to define. Jesus Christ, come on, man. You know what the fuck gay means. You know what the fuck bi means. You know what the fuck heterosexual means. You know what
I have a,
Yeah, man.
I have a,
Be
collo- I have
real.
a,
straight man.
I have a, I have a colloquial understanding of these words, but I don't know what you mean by them. That's fine.
Oh, now you're just being condescending. Come on, man.
I don't
Yeah,
know what
come
I don't
on,
know what
you're
he
just
means. I've
trolling.
heard conflicting definitions of these terms, though, right?
Okay, so when I say bisexual, do you feel any sexual attraction towards men?
Well, there's a bit of a problem with that, right? Because let's say I went on a date with this girl, and I believed her to be a girl, but it turned out she was actually a man, and I was attracted to this man without my knowledge. Would I be gay?
If after you oh my god, if after informed, then yes.
Okay. But that's not what you said. Right?
Futilegod,
You
come
said
on, you're creating these hypotheticals to escape it. Dude, there's plenty of men that get confused by fucking traps. Dude, I knew a guy that apparently he had a foreman. He picked up a prostitute, and then after he picked up the prostitute, he found out it was a futanari. It was a chick with a dick. But he just said, I already paid you. I want to screw you in the ass. And, like, he claimed he wasn't gay at all. It's just, he decided, close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Futilegod, I'm asking you, do you feel sexual attraction towards men?
I might. It would depend on the man. It would also depend on my perception of this man. Right?
Futilegod. Traps have fooled the best of us. It has fooled me. It has fooled many people. Okay, so when people refer to traps, are they referring to a chick with a dick or a guy who looks a lot like a girl?
I'm talking about a relationship in which I was under a misapprehension of this person's identity. Sexual identity. Right? Because if I believe this man to be a woman, and I'm attracted to this perceived woman, then surely I would be attracted to the man. So in that sense, I would be attracted to a man. I know I'm being very pedantic, but I don't know if that would actually satisfy your definition.
My God. Okay, feudal god. Here's an even better definition. Like, if you're not comfortable staying this, that's fine. This doesn't have to be uploaded or anything. You know, I'm not recording this on my end. Do you enjoy like gay porn? There we go. Another question.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Fair question. Okay. Actually, Stone, Shepard, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Is there like an age restriction on this Discord room? Like, do we have to watch our language?
No, freedom of speech, man.
Okay, so feudal god. So within your relationships, do you desire trust and loyalty from your friends and lovers?
Well, first of all, I think it's important for us to establish what we mean by trust and loyalty, but second of all, it would also depend on the person I'm having this relationship with. If it was a precondition that we don't value these principles, then surely I wouldn't.
Okay, feudal god, we can just go with the established general rule when most people refer to trust. It means being trustworthy. When people refer to loyalty, but I mean, like, do you desire some level of loyalty and trust within your relationships? I mean, like, what you're saying is absolutely valid when it comes to the severity of loyalty and trust. But in general, the general concept of it, I don't think it needs to be asked. Like, do you understand what I'm saying, feudal god?
Well, there's a lot of nuance, and I'm just trying to flesh it out so I understand your position clearly.
Like, you're a smart guy, but the thing is it's just, with all due respect, it's a little annoying. Okay, so loyalty is, I mean, like, how do I describe loyalty? Loyalty is a matter of, it's a matter of allegiance or a matter of it's a matter of fuck. It's a word that we use so much. I almost never have to really define it. So realistically, loyalty does, I guess you could describe as allegiance of some sort to an individual or cause or something. Trustworthy is the ability to trust, or trust is trustworthy. The ability to trust what someone says, the ability to trust what someone is telling you.
So trust is trust. That's a tautology.
Based on honesty. Trust is based on honesty.
Okay.
And transparency within relationships.
Transparency?
Do you desire some level of allegiance or honesty within your relationships?
Right. You said loyalty is an allegiance to an individual or a cause, right? I don't inherently value that, right? And it would also depend on the actual relationship I'm in, and the individual, and our agreements on this relationship by which we would be applying. And also trust is, I don't think particularly well defined. You defined it as trustworthiness, essentially, or the ability to trust.
I said,
which is a tautology that
transparency.
Honesty,
transparency.
So is that a definition, or are those synonyms?
Well, I just gave you mine, but I could just Google.
Maybe that would be better. Because if you're just establishing synonyms in place of a definition, then that's just adding more levels of complexity to things. Right? You're just giving me more words that we need to define. But if you give some kind of criterion by which you could actually apply to your own life, or at least I could understand how it could be applied to someone's life, then maybe that would be a better direction to go down.
I sometimes wonder if you're doing the Jordan Peterson route.
Would you agree with the Google definitions? We could just go with those. I might be in agreement with them.
Look, man. Regardless, there's a ton of different ways you could describe loyalty, trust. There's many different ways you could probably describe these words. But in all honesty, I'm asking, like, which relationships do you prefer some level of loyalty? Which relationships do you prefer some level of trust?
Okay, are we defining trust as the firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something? Because that's the Google definition. I don't have any problems with it.
What is your... Okay, well, do you have a personal definition of trust?
I don't have any problem with the Google definition. I'm willing to use it.
Okay, can you say... So the Google definition of... Can you say it one more time?
It's a firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something.
Yeah, okay, so we can go with that definition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you prefer your relationships to have some level of trust?
According to this definition, there's a bit of nuance to this though, right? Because if it's just a firm conviction that is unsubstantiated, then I think that would be abundantly problematic for a relationship, right? Because if you're just firmly believing in this person's reliability, truth, ability, or strength without any evidence, then I'm not sure if I would be willing to engage in such a
Fair.
relationship. But
No, that's fair. It's fair. It's fair. People have to prove that they're trustworthy to some extent, or they have to show you there's some aspect of their character that's worthy of that trust.
I wouldn't say I value trust inherently in a relationship because I would need evidence to support the proposition that this person is trustworthy.
Okay. So would you agree with me that if you're going to trust somebody, it requires them to either show some aspect of their character that's worth trusting, or B, to for them to prove it?
Yes, that's just what I said.
All right. Sorry, I kind of have a tendency to repeat myself just to make sure we're on the same page. Okay, so moving on. So for loyalty, do you prefer your relationships, your personal relationships, to have some level of loyalty?
Okay, are we going off of the Google definition of loyalty? Because that definition is a tautology. Loyalty, the quality of being loyal, right? So that's completely uninformative. There's another definition, the Wikipedia one. It says loyalty in general use is a devotion and faithfulness in a nation, cause, philosophy, country, group, or person.
Yeah, devotion. Devotion. I'd say more or less devotion or allegiance to essentially a country, group, or individual. So do you prefer loyalty with your friends and or lovers? Like, do you prefer loyalty in your relationships?
You said it's a devotion or allegiance to? You would reject the faithfulness aspect of that definition, probably.
Oh, no. Obviously faithful. Yeah, faithful is an important aspect, yeah.
Complete trust or confidence in something or someone. Well, I'm not going to just be completely faithful to someone without evidence.
Okay, what was it? But once again, I'm asking, would you prefer to if you were to be in a committed relationship with a girl, would you prefer there to be loyalty as a part of the, would you prefer to have a loyal partner?
So loyalty, according to Wikipedia, is a devotion and faithfulness to a person in this context.
Yep.
Okay.
Or it could be, yeah, okay, so do you prefer someone who's loyal to you? Is all I'm asking.
Well, I would need to base this loyalty off of something, right? Because then I could just be completely loyal to anybody.
So you're only going to give loyalty to those that you believe are that have shown you loyalty, basically, right?
Maybe.
Okay. Talking to you kind of reminds me of talking to Brenda.
Furthermore,
so let's get back to the okay. So, I mean, what are your personal desires? Actually, I'm actually wondering. Like, can you even articulate your own personal desires from friendships, relationships, or love? Futilegod? Can you articulate your personal desires?
Fundamental desires or secondary desires? Because I would make a distinction between the two.
Both in general, your emotional desires.
Okay.
I'm just curious. Can
So
you
that would be
actually
secondary desires, because I believe the fundamental desire is for our desires to be fulfilled, whatever it may be. So I think just from a biological perspective, my secondary desire would be the avoidance of pain and the maximization of pleasure.
Very simple. Okay. So could I possibly say that's kind of hedonistic or no?
Sure.
Transparent that one. Okay, so let's move forward with what we were talking about last night about if it's okay to cheat on someone if it increases pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the conversation we were having is basically the whole premise of the conversation or debate was if it's okay to cheat on somebody if it increases pleasure or desire, right?
I'm not sure. Can you reiterate?
Do you personally? I'm actually curious. Do you personally believe it is justified to cheat on a spouse, a lover, if it increases pleasure?
It depends on the agreements of the relationship.
What agreements would be justified?
Well, for instance, if it was a polyamorous relationship, then it would be justified in my perspective.
Oh fuck. Okay, I may have misunderstood this entire conversation last night. I thought you were trying to argue that it's okay to lie to your partner and go and cheat behind their back. That's why I was questioning if you desired trust and loyalty in your relationships before. Okay, so do you agree with me that it's not justified to cheat on your partner in a monogamous relationship through lying and through deception?
If by justified you mean it would be in opposition to the partner's desires, then yeah, probably.
Okay, I think we actually kind of agree on this. Shit, this was a short one. Okay, I think
that's
fuck.
right,
Okay,
but that's completely irrespective of whether or not this person's desires are to be valued in any capacity.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Two wrongs don't make a right, but then again, terrible people are terrible people. I'll be back in a little bit, maybe a few minutes, 15, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that.
Okay. See you.